a warm day here in the Kansas City area. Rob Riggle joining me here. David Koechner.
Let's come on in.
It's a little bit late. If you snooze, you lose. So Rob gets to sit directly next to the set dressing that we have here in the form of the 2015 Kansas City Royals.
I am. I'm going to touch it, but I'm backhanding
You're
it.
backhanding it a little.
Sweet. That's nice.
Gentle. Be
No
gentle,
oils.
No, I mean,
Now,
yeah,
this
you're right.
this is like the Lombardi Trophy, a piece of Tiffany art. This is made by Tiffany and Company and Co.
Oh,
Yeah, and
it's
so
legit.
it is legit, and you're not allowed to touch it unless you have gloves. So I'm glad you backhanded it right there.
Is that
See, I know
the
these
truth?
things.
You can't.
Yes.
Oh.
This is a true story. Years ago, when I was on the NFL Network live at the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Eagles, the first one, not the one that we just saw, we had the Lombardi Trophy on the set as set dressing there, too. You remember this, Del, too?
Yep,
You remember that?
yep, I remember these.
And we had Terry Bradshaw and Howie Long on the show, and I was talking to them live, and I asked Terry, pointing to the trophy, what's it like to pick up that trophy? And he moves to go and pick it up.
Yeah.
And a member of the Lombardi Trophy security detail in her yellow security slicker jumped on the set in front of him like she was stopping a bullet on the way to somebody very important. And not even Terry Bradshaw, who has rightfully held it four times.
Four
Yes.
times.
Was allowed to touch it without gloves. at
Oh,
that
so they
very
gave him
moment.
gloves so he could touch it.
Yes.
Okay.
But he was about to commit a sin.
A very large
Yes.
You know,
sin.
the
Trophy
interesting
sin.
thing is Rob's wife's name is Tiffany,
Yeah.
and same thing, same rule, unable to touch her without gloves.
Can you confirm, Rob?
I can't confirm or,
Or
deny, but
They do have children,
So,
but the
there's-
other time he has to wear a glove. I'm sorry, what?
how you doing, David?
I'm well, thank
We
you.
saw you last week in our Los Angeles
I know, this is
studio.
great. This is like weeks in a row.
Now, I just saw that you removed from Rob's KC Big Slick
the
T-shirt.
sticker. We were at the
Yeah,
hospital
I know
this
you. The
morning.
hospital
Yeah.
sticker. What was that like for you guys? Just coming back from Children's Mercy?
Fantastic. That's the whole reason we're here. This weekend is to raise money for Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City. They do the most amazing work you've ever seen. The staff, the families, the nurses, the doctors, the patients, everybody is truly amazing over there. And so we spent this morning with them, talking with them, visiting with them, and it's always inspiring. It's always inspiring.
I would say it's nice because this is the 9th year of Big Slick.
9.
And so we always go back. So we see a lot of familiar faces on the staff, and it feels like family. It genuinely feels like we're part of something
Yep.
certainly much larger than ourselves. And the fact that we can be of service and be benefactors to this great, amazing hospital is really rewarding.
And the thing that I always been struck by, it is a family affair for you guys too. I mean, Jason Sudeikis' mom does the travel. Paul Rudd's mom does some of the PR, right?
My sister and my brother-in-law do all the operations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister does the
my
operational
sister
stuff too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They work
And
tirelessly.
Stone Street Sister liaisons with the hospital and produces a lot of stuff there. So, yeah, it's all of our families are tied into this, and they all work very hard.
But before we raise money tomorrow night,
Yeah.
comes the competition this evening. How does this all happen? Are you guys captains of this thing? I mean, how does this work tonight?
Some
Rob?
of that is predetermined. We have blue and white jerseys, blue, home and away jerseys
Okay.
for the Royals, and we get all of our celebrity guests' names in advance, what numbers they want, and then we fill out their
Yes,
stuff.
I asked for a Lecoq jersey.
Well done, Pete Lecoq.
The son of Peter Marshall,
Yes.
who was the host of Hollywood Squares.
Which amazing,
you know what I'm saying?
amazing.
I'm going deep
yes,
right now. We're almost one step away from Paul Lind, which means we're 2 steps removed from Kevin Bacon somehow.
I played golf one time with Peter Marshall here in Kansas City when I was like 13 years old,
And
I had him attest the scorecard, which I didn't even keep accurately, but I just wanted his autograph, but I didn't want to ask, so that's how I got his autograph.
so did he circle anything, or did an X get a square?
Well, he did. He put arrows and question marks by a lot of my scores, and then signed
funny.
it.
Okay, so do you know which team?
I don't know which
I'm
team
on?
you're on. That's the fun reveal. Is we come down and you see what jersey you have, and you're like,
Okay.
oh my god, it's really special.
Oh, so it's sort of like the baby reveal. I will have either a blue
Or blue
Blue or white.
or a white. Okay. Is there a scouting report on me, David? That
I don't
should
think
know
so.
about?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there's a scouting
There is a
report
scouting
on this one.
Yes.
Well, we
Yes.
know you're.
This is his third big slick. This is your third big
It is,
slick.
yes.
So thank you, by the way. Thank you
Come on.
and your whole team.
Yep.
Oh,
And Chris, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
It's,
Chris, by the way, last night,
yes.
karaoke master.
I don't know about mass.
Master. He was doing heavy metal.
thank you,
He
Bob.
was doing
We did
country.
Motley Crue. We did Bon Jovi. We were hitting all the spectrum.
Well, I think we could do,
Springsteen.
in the same way that the artificial intelligence expert might have caught the general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers with his hand in the Twitter cookie jar. I think we can cross-reference exactly when the Oakland Athletics complained how loud we were.
This was
with
the highlight.
first with his Born to Run, or what were we doing?
Hungry Heart. Rick.
Okay,
Hungry
there we
Hearts.
go.
Yeah, Hungry
I think, well, it hit a note that has never been hit before, and I think that resonated throughout the entire hotel.
Lay down your money and play your parts, guys.
Okay.
From what happened, and I was kind of privy to it,
Yes.
we're having a karaoke jam. We're having a party. This is par for the course for the Big Slick.
It is that.
And Chris is lighting up the stage with his honey on his voice, just
Yes.
magic.
Yes.
And the security comes up and says, "Hey guys, you got to tone it down. We're getting complaints. Complaints from who?
Yeah.
The Oakland Athletics." Which everybody just simultaneously looked at each other and said, "Turn it up." What?
If you're
That was
Kansas
the worst
City.
thing you could have told us.
That's just one. That's next level from just merely pulling the fire alarm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
to send Brockman out there with a hungry heart
So we
is
we
next level.
we
Covering tracks.
we went to
shoved
Motley
the security
Crue
guy
after
out
that, yeah.
and turned it up and took it to another level. That was the stupidest thing he could have told us. Do I want the Athletics to sleep last night?
I
No.
want them give them nightmares.
Yes.
Right. So tonight's final score, we already know.
If it goes
Yes.
down to the wire, that little edge is going to go. That little edge.
After the game, they'll go up to Bob Melvin. What was the difference
Yeah.
tonight? Well, it's right around 1 in the morning. I heard something it sounded like a muffled screams of Bruce Springsteen on the. That's the way it's going to go.
Sounds like someone was choking Bruce Springsteen on the.
By the way, great
I'll
name.
take that. Let me
Choking
write
Bruce
that down.
Springsteen would be a great sort of fantasy team name or something. Write that down. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get deeper into the Gene Lamont of it all.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we've discussed
Yes,
it, I
sir.
think, separately in your appearances back in our Los Angeles studio.
Yes.
But that is a big slick tradition, is haranguing Gene Lamont in
Yes.
some way, shape, or form.
It started as a mild heckle and has turned into a glorious celebration.
Rob Riggle and Dave Koechner here live on the Rich Eisen Show from the home of the Royals on our simulcast, emanating from the Big Slick. BigSlickKC.org to donate. All right, couple minutes for our TV-only audience. So last night you come up to me, Rob, and you're
Yes.
like, hey, I played a Michigan guy. And
Yeah.
what were you doing?
I said, this was my typical Michigan guy. This is what I figure he looks like. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Hold on, let me hold it up. I would say you're wrong because that's, I don't know what, hold on, it just went.
Oh, just yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Go.
I think I got
What
the
in the
visor, the
world?
mullet, the mustache.
But what?
Wow.
Look at you reclining in your director's chair on the set there. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Why?
It was
why
called
is this your interpretation of what a Michigan fan looks
Michigan Man of Leisure is what the title of the new. It's a major blockbuster feature.
like? Where are we going to see this?
You'll see it in some of your finer theaters, some of your coffee house theaters, maybe.
You say coffee
No, but
house theaters?
I think I like I said, I haven't been to the big house, which is something I desperately want to do.
Yes.
But this was my best guess at what I think a Michigan fan looks like.
Well, why didn't you reach out to me and I could have helped you
Well,
workshop
now
it a
I
little
know.
bit
Now
more.
I know.
mean,
Yeah, now I know.
yeah, I would have definitely said no mullet, no porn stash. The whistle. I like the Harbaugh, top.
How about the visor? Was that on point?
Visor is,
It helped the mullet. It really accentuated the mullet.
that's a choice.
Don't act like you don't love
No,
it.
I like the khakis are a good move.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
I thought it was a fair representation.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
tell you, I lived in Chicago for a number of years, and the folks that would come over from the Big Mitt, always with a corduroy Michigan hat, you just spot them at the bars like, stay away from those fellas.
What was harmed in the making of those boots?
A pirauku fish. It's a fish. It's a fish hide.
What?
and it stays fresh.
Fish.
It doesn't smell.
Pirauku. It's a 10-foot Amazonian fish. I don't know if you guys. Wow. The best way to. There we go.
Did you get that on the set of Anchorman?
No, I bought these a couple weeks ago at the Country General Store there in Los Angeles.
I thought you were going to say you won it prize fighting in Thailand.
I
That
should.
would be about the that'd be about the prize.
I should be a Muay Thai boxer and use these.
Yes. If you were to show up in the ring in those boots and shorts with your hands wrapped, I would put a lot of money on you.
This afternoon, I should come out, shorts, these boots.
Yep.
Because normally, Rich, what I do for the Big Slick softball game is akin to what you do. I just run my mouth. I'm the announcer.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Rob Riggle and David Koechner here. A couple more minutes left with two of the five hosts of the Big Slick. Paul Rudd and Eric Stonestreet will be here in hour number 3. Stonestreet's bringing with him Mitchell Schwartz of the Kansas City Chiefs, fresh off the OTA practice field, and Rudd's bringing Brett Saberhagen with him. So that'll be later on.
I brought Dave Koechner with me.
You did, man. Well, actually, Dave brought you with him.
Well, we
so
agree to disagree, but
I got it.
Yeah.
Gene Lamont is a longtime baseball man.
Mm-hmm.
He was a third base coach for many years with the Detroit Tigers. I'll never forget my first Big Slick when I came here, and it was Royals versus Tigers. And the Tigers were at bat, top of the first. Gene Lamont strolls out to the third base coaching box. I'm standing in the dugout with the rest of you guys. And then you start getting on this gentleman. He didn't do a thing. He just strolled out to his position, and then you guys start screaming at him.
sweet, sweet, sweet Gene Lamont made the sorry mistake of standing in front of us. That's a huge mistake, first of all, especially if you're going to be in a Detroit Tigers uniform at the K.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing an interview with a local news station down in the dugout suite. Will Ferrell, myself, Paul, and Jason. And Gene Lamont comes out to coach third base, just doing his job. But the name Lamont is so fun to scream. And I didn't realize it until Will Ferrell started screaming, "Hey, Lamont!" See? That just rolls. And he'd go, "This is Bush League, Lamont!" And he just got on him. And so when he started, we all started. And then it just became a never-ending, for the entire inning, we would just scream at him. Nothing terrible because we're not rude and we're not tacky. But it was just, "This is Bush League, Lamont. What are you doing, Lamont? Take that stuff back to Detroit, Lamont. Doesn't play here, Lamont." You know, simple stuff. But Lamont was on the end of everything. So we lay into him for about 7 innings. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think Johnny Damon might have been playing for the Tigers at that point. And he would run by the dugout suite and he would be like, "Are you guys yelling at Lamont?" We were like, "Yes." Because the only reason he's on third base, he was right in front of us. He was like 20 feet away from us.
Right.
So we just rode him hard. And he
Not
wouldn't
just
turn
that
around.
night, year after year after year.
Well, then on follow-on Big Slicks, same thing. It was Gene Lamont on third, coaching third, and we would just ride him relentlessly. Finally, I think it was year 2 of riding him. Somebody had whispered in his ear, "By the way, there's Will Ferrell and these guys are in there and they're giving you a hard time." And so he finally, because all we wanted was him to acknowledge us. I don't know, it was like 7th inning of the second. He turned around and went just looked at us and gave him like a head nod, and it was as if we won the World Series. We started screaming and jumping up and down, and we were waving our hat in the air. And then we were so enamored with Gene, we go out and sing the 7th inning stretch, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game,"
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And we end it now. We end the song with Gene Lamont.
Now, is that going to happen tonight?
That's going to happen
I know,
tonight.
it's
It
now
happens.
tradition.
It's tradition.
But now he's part of the Royals front office.
This is the beautiful thing about coming full circle. Now Gene Lamont, he's a Royal.
He's a Royal.
He's on
Come
our side, so we love him even more. But when he used to come out, we used to sing like the Death Star March, like the Darth Vader. We'd go, "Gene Lamont, Gene Lamont, oh, Gene Lamont, Gene Lamont, Gene Lamont." Anything we could, nothing. He gave us nothing. But now he's a Royal, so we embrace him with open arms.
Yeah, now it's all about love. Before it was harassment.
Yeah.
It was derision, and no longer that. Now it's just love.
Is he going to be included tonight in some way, shape, or form?
Oh my gosh!
I beg that he come and join us. I will do anything. But I mean, he's a working man. He's a professional.
Yes, he is.
And he takes his craft seriously. So he may be focused on the game. But if we can lure him out for the 7th inning stretch or any part of the game,
Yeah.
we will be honored to have him.
It's a circle of Lamont. if you think about it.
It's the Lamont circle. It's the
He's got to deliver the ceremonial first pitch of the softball game tonight. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know what his schedule's like.
Man of Lamont.
I like
The whole new music.
You haven't said anything wrong yet, my friend. You haven't said anything wrong yet.
Thanks for having us here, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you kidding me?
You guys
Thank
are
you so
amazing.
much. Thanks for helping us
Amazing.
get the word out, and thanks for coming to Kansas City, bringing your team. It's an honor. Thank you.
BigSlickKC.org.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.